Most blue-collar businesses don't fail because they lack customers, right? They fail because they get exactly what they ask for, which is too much work. Welcome to the Blue Collar Millionaires Network.
Yeah, that quote really sets the stage perfectly for our deep dive today.
It really does. So we are looking at a comprehensive guide on business development, specifically built for you, the blue-collar owner, trying to build a profitable company and achieve true financial freedom.
Exactly. And instead of just throwing generic motivational quotes at you, this framework does something really unique. It treats a service business like a physical structure.
Which is so interesting. And to understand this approach, we really have to look at the architect behind all of this material. So Ray Gessner.
Right, Ray Gessner. I mean, he spent over 27 years operating a Step in Time, which is a chimney, masonry, and home services company.
That is a lot of hands-on field experience.
Oh, absolutely. But what makes his perspective so distinct is the sheer technical weight behind all of that experience.
Oh, right, because he has degrees from Virginia Tech and Old Dominion University, right?
Yes, and it goes way beyond just the academic degrees. He actually carries master tradesman licenses in Virginia across HVAC, plumbing, and gas fitting.
Wow, so he really knows the physical labor.
He does. And on top of all of that, he is a licensed professional engineer.
Okay, wait. I get the engineering background, but isn't like a chimney or an HVAC business fundamentally different from building a bridge?
You would think so, yeah.
Because how does treating a business like a physical structure actually change a Tuesday morning at the job site? I mean, quoting a repair job isn't exactly the same as calculating a load-bearing wall, is it?
Well, in Ray's framework, it actually kind of is. He calls the concept engineering the business.
Okay, tell me more about it.
So an engineer doesn't just hope a building stays upright. They calculate the actual forces acting on it.
Yeah.
Here, a company's cash flow is treated as the structural load.
Ah, so like the heavy daily weight the business just has to carry to survive?
Exactly. And then profit margins act as the safety factor. That is what keeps the roof from caving in when unexpected storms hit.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, and he even uses statistical modeling to find a company's exact breaking point before it happens.
Wait, really? What does that modeling actually look like in practice?
It is all about mathematical certainty instead of just guessing. So, for example, the modeling can calculate that, say, a 5% drop in profit margin paired with a 10% increase in material costs mathematically guarantees a business will fail in 6 months.
Even if the owner's bank account looks totally full today.
Exactly. It spots the collapse before the collapse becomes obvious to anyone else.
That is wild.
Mm-mm.
But viewing cash flow as a structural load creates a bit of a paradox for a growing business, doesn't it?
How so?
Well, if a tradesman's instinct is to just take on more physical labor to increase revenue, aren't they actively adding more weight to a foundation that maybe cannot support it?
Yes, absolutely. The material actually calls this the growth trap.
The growth trap.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. So a lot of owners start out as excellent technicians, but as demand grows, they just scale up the physical labor part.
And they do that without documented standard operating procedures or proper pricing models, right?
Exactly. And without a blueprint, every single new hire just makes mistakes.
Because when you scale without standard operating procedures, you aren't cloning your expertise. You are literally just cloning the chaos.
That is the perfect way to put it. And then that forces the owner right back into the field to fix those mistakes, which, shrinks their margins instead of growing them.
And I imagine desperation just takes over at that point.
Totally. If you price your services artificially low just to win bids and keep your guys busy, you attract price-sensitive customers and just drain your resources even faster.
So taking on too much work out of sheer desperation is essentially structural underdesign.
It weakens the whole entity. True success requires a fundamental shift. You have to stop simply selling your physical labor and start selling your expertise.
Right, through repeatable systems and really rigorous data tracking.
Yeah.
Which is exactly the educational lesson this network is trying to drill into you, the audience.
Exactly.
And, looking at the channel that produced this guide, their whole mission is building a community of driven entrepreneurs. They are actively asking you to like and subscribe to follow this curriculum.
Yeah, and they have a very specific threshold for the case studies they feature on the show, too.
Oh, yeah. Even beyond their show, you have to own a blue-collar business and have a net worth of over $1 million.
Because future deep dives into this material are going to highlight those specific million-dollar businesses. They want to show exactly what structural integrity looks like out in the real world.
That is going to be so valuable to see in action.
It really is. The ultimate takeaway here isn't just about generating day-to-day cash flow. It's about that evolution from earned income to long-term net worth.
Right. Building true assets and making smart investments so you do not have to swing a hammer every single day of your life.
Exactly. That is the end goal.
Which leaves you with one crucial question to ask yourself right now. If your own business was a physical structure being inspected today, where would the hidden hairline cracks in your foundation be located?